has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm going to go with the Lakers. It's on, Alexis.
It's on. Let's go.
Stop.
Kobe attacking. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Welcome, everyone, to Noche NBA. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice when he hears my voice just yelling at him normally. Now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at the Lakers. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And, of course, there's the Rockets, sitting there 4 spots below.
And, you know, Houston, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters the most to me. Between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. The Rockets perpetually knocking on the door. At what point, though, Bill, do you think their window will close?
I think that point happened in May of 2019. I think they had 2 years to win the title where everything was lined up for them. 2018, they're up 3-2 against the Warriors. The Warriors are tired. They seem like they're fading. They can't close. I think the key for them is the difference between being a regular season team and a playoff team. They're a great regular season team, but the playoffs every year become more and more complicated, smarter, more, you got to come up with a plan C, a plan D, a plan E as the series goes along. And their plan A is kind of what they ride with. They get tight, the crowd gets tight, things slow down. What's your plan B? And they haven't been able to figure that out.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward position. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the 3 spot. Now here's LeBron, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Here's Davis. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Boy, you're playing with fire. Anytime you leave somebody open on James' team, I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
Now, here's Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Now, here's James, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Now the pass to McGee. Now, here's Caldwell Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up. And too long on the shot.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, what's most impressive about Harden to me is his versatility as a scorer. I mean, he's a remarkable combo guard with great size and strength and very efficient on the offensive end.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and the Rockets building their offense around the 3 ball. What will that approach look like if they ever want to make a championship run? There's got to be more to it than just the 3-point shot.
You would think. They've been playing the math, and the math says volume of threes and percentages, and eventually it's going to come in your favor.
Do you believe that's the way to win?
I think it's the way to succeed during the regular season. We saw it with Toronto, especially in the Toronto-Milwaukee series. Toronto was playing those same averages, and then Van Vliet got hot, and a couple of guys started making threes, and all of a sudden they win that series. So that's a case of it did work. But I still think you need to know what you're doing when everything slows down. And we saw the Rockets 2 years in a row, like famously when they missed 27 threes. Those threes get a lot tougher when it's a game 7, you're tired, the other team's used to you, and the nerves are coming in, and that basket's suddenly looking a little smaller. What's your plan B?
And the Lakers with possession here. Following the score by Houston. Here's LeBron. That one off the back iron and out. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Near the 3-point line, it's Westbrook. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Caldwell Pope on the wing. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Westbrook passes to House. Now Harden. He had 37 points last game out. No good with the triple.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Drills the 3-pointer. LeBron's got 5.
Over the years, his catch-and-shoot jumper has gotten so much better. You can tell LeBron's really worked on that part of his game.
Here's Westbrook. And Davis pulls it down.
Putting up a goose egg bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
LeBron outside. That's tipped. Covington with the steal. And they're pushing it up. There's the lob to Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And so Green will bring it up for the Lakers. Outside, Davis. He kicks it to James. Caldwell Pope outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Rockets trail by 3. Bill was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
No, really.
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
No,
idolize?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those 2 things
Did
together.
it in high school, I'm assuming? Right?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year, it felt like it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I could get paid for this.
Right.
Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one, good.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Outside, Davis fires from the wing. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And that's now 7 points for LeBron. Westbrook with it. Averaging around 27.5 points a game. One of the best in the league. And the rejection by LeBron.
LeBron, one of those players who gets fired up by defense as much as offense, and that block going to put a major bounce in his step.
Rockets foul. PJ Tucker. That's his first personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
James at the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
You look at LeBron James, he's truly a remarkable talent, and every season he seems to add something else to his game. It's been fun watching him, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to see him at this level.
Good on both. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like, the next thing to do is just can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what
Globe.
I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
Boy, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
Two.
That's good from McGee. Houston making some changes. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And McLemore's subbed in for Danuel House. And then for the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Waiters in for Danny Green. Both free throws good from McGee. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Here's Harden. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young enough
25
and-
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. And he's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I think.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player, because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
Smith in the post, guarded by McLemore. Smith kicks to Kuzma. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And the Lakers lead by 13. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Here's Kuzma. James Harden picking up that last basket. Smith outside. Back to Kuzma. 6 on the shot clock. Waiters outside. And another 3 for the Lakers.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Clemens. Buries the long-range jumper.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. You like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
And the G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that league playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Now, here's Kuzma. Harden missing his last shot. And James gets it to go.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Raiders against Harden. From the arc, sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 11 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's LeBron. Oh, what a play! Woo!
It never gets old seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Harden scanning the floor. From 12 feet out. Another miss by Harden.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. James Harden, number 1.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
I tell you what, I think he relishes those difficult assignments. I mean, he's such an intense competitor. Defense is what drives him.
That's good from McGee.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the officials to make a call.
Houston making a switch here. Rivers checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Smith. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. Both free throws good from McGee. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Clemens. Back to Rivers.
Watch the pick. Pick coming. Step out.
Passes it to Clemens. Clock at 6. Rebound the Lakers. Howard, the pass to McGee.
Foul.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
Two shots.
No good on the free throw.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And that is always a good recipe for offensive efficiency and a key to their lead tonight.
And he sinks the second.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
Here's Carroll.
Green.
Rivers in the corner. Houston needs to get a shot off. From deep, McLemore. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
It's stolen by Carroll. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Green breaking loose.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
And again, no good by the Lakers. Now here's McLemore outside. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 18. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
Watch the pit.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, Jamari Carroll is out there with Green. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Clemens in at the point guard position. Bill, name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. Yeah. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book.
Now here's Rivers, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. And here is Howard. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Waiters, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Pass to McLemore. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Waiters grabs the miss.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
I got him.
With the teardrop, Green with the block. Here's Rivers. Another miss by Houston. Los Angeles leading by 16. Caruso looking for an opening. The pass to Howard. Kuzma, right side. Caruso, the pass to Howard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Waiters for three. Good on the triple. Waiters got 5 points now in the quarter. Rockets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
Timeout, timeout.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
So both teams changing it up here. And at one point, seems like ISO basketball was falling out of favor, Bill, but the Rockets have made a cornerstone of their success, that very thing.
True. For the regular season. And
Right,
for the
and then it
early
changes,
rounds.
doesn't it, right?
Yeah, I do wonder if it's like the run and shoot with football, where it's this.
You
It's
don't
this.
trust it, maybe? You don't trust it?
Yeah, it's for the regular season. You're playing a team once. They don't have time to scout it for a bunch of weeks. But, you know, when you get to the playoffs and you're playing the same team 7 times.
Scouting gets better.
Yeah, and players, you just played it 2 nights ago. You did play it against the same offense. You pick up little tricks. And I really wonder if you can win 4 straight rounds doing it.
Nice job of concentrating on the basket that time by Howard. He knew he was going to get hit, but kept his eyes on the basket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Shooting one.
You know what? Still a consistent double-double threat every game is Howard, wanting to prove how valuable he is.
Hey, watch Russ. Watch the screen.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to Rivers. He dishes it to Westbrook. Outside Covington. Shot to stop the run, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Outside Green. Here's Davis. Shoots over Covington, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now, here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. And a miss there on the triple.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Back to Davis. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Another miss by Westbrook.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Passes to Caruso for 3. Here's Howard, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Houston gets called for the foul.
You know, I think he's just got to be a little smarter around Howard. That guy's, I mean, Howard's pretty crafty at drawing contact on the way up.
The Lakers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
The first free throw is good. James Harden, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. The Lakers also with a sub. James is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Pass to Howard. Back to James. Right side Davis. Second shot opportunity, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Davis. 3rd in blocks, 9th in scoring. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. And the first one at the line is good. Smith checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That one misses. The Rockets have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark, 4 of 9 all told. LA's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's LeBron missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
It's stolen by Green. To the inside, Davis. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Outside Westbrook. The Rockets with another miss.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Stolen by Tucker. Looking to get it going, and Westbrook throws it down.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Now here is Davis. 26 points for him last game against Houston. James kicks to Smith. Hits it from three-point range.
And Smith loves pulling up from 3. Never scared to fire when he's out beyond.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Davis. Smith's got 6.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Launches a 3. Here's Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Sensational at hitting the glass. Howard has fantastic timing when he goes after those rebounds.
Back to Harden. Outside Covington. Howard with the steal.
Hey, yo, get on Howard.
That one's not going to go. So Houston will take it the other way. Can they get it? And James pulls it down. James has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Get down, Howard, get down.
Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. LeBron's got 21 in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
From deep Harden, Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in.
Shooting one.
Well, I love the confidence that JR shoots the ball with, and on occasion now, he can shoot you in or out of games when he falls in love with that three.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 10. Harden outside. Houston moving it around. The pass to House. To stop the drought. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 14.
You know, a good percentage of Harden's points come from beyond the arc. He works extremely hard to find the space he needs on the perimeter.
Green against Westbrook. Green kicks to LeBron. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now, here's Tucker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's Westbrook missing.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Now, here is Davis, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. They get a hand on it, stolen by Tucker. Pass to Westbrook. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the half. Count that bucket. Harden's got 16.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Here's LeBron. James Harden picking up that last basket. To the paint, here's Westbrook, and he's finally able to knock one down. Westbrook's got 8 points in the quarter.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
What's clear so far is LeBron's combination of power and athleticism is still largely unmatched. Whether he's operating with the back to the basket, driving, in transition, His physical superiority usually wins out.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Clark, a lot of young players in this NBA becoming top 10 players as they mature. Who are some of the guys you spot that are really going to make a mark?
Well, they've already made a mark, and you anticipate it'll continue to be that way. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. I like Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
As well as Jason Tatum there. And clearly Zion Williamson has a chance to be really special.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's McGee in at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here's Harden. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Shoots the 3. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
LeBron against Westbrook. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Here's Davis. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
That's all you.
Green's got 4 assists in the game.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
And the jam by Harden.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Dion Waiters checked in for the Lakers.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Harden. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to... Oh, yeah! And Harden doesn't mind showing off a little bit either now. He has ridiculous ball skills. The defense looking completely lost out there.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. The feed to LeBron. And the dunk by LeBron.
Boy, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
Outside Westbrook. Covington trying to break free. And another three for Houston. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Passes it to Davis. Back to LeBron. Lets it go with a three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket, but he'll go to the line to shoot three.
You know, when James is looking to score, he puts defenders in really tough spots. And when he's aggressive and tenacious, watch out.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
That one is no good. And LeBron James Clark climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
For 3, Westbrook, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Davis finds Kuzma. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's House. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
And he makes the first. Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro, enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Waiters.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Tucker the pass to Rivers. Cans it from downtown. Rivers has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 20. Shoots a three. The Lakers with the rebound. Howard's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Caruso. Back to Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Howard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
There's an example of that strength that Dwight Howard possesses. I love seeing him fight through contact.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Now, this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Waiters outside. Right side Davis. Back to Waiters. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And Davis can't get it to go. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. For 3, Westbrook, and another 3 for Houston.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Here's Davis. Rockets with the rebound. Outside Covington. Kicks it to House. Now here's Tucker, guarded closely. And the pass to Westbrook. Jacks up a 3. But they'll get another chance. House. They get it again. Tucker can't get it to go.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And it's Davis with the jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
LA's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Boy, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Clark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. Fades and shoots. Green with the rebound.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, a rugged, experienced player. The shooting and defense Carroll provides, it's really what makes him so valuable.
The Rockets have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific, 79% as a team.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Waiters surveying the D. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Kuzma not only has great skill, but his balance is so good. Even when he gets bumped around, he still finds a way to score.
One thing about Kyle Kuzma, Clark, he's not a ball stopper. When he touches the ball, he is shooting it.
I would not disagree with you there, guys. He is fearless looking for a shot. He hunts his shot aggressively, and he's very efficient. He doesn't need a lot of dribbles, but the one thing I like about him is that he doesn't hold on to that ball long. He's going to make a quick, decisive move or get it out of his hands.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
Boy, you look at Kuzma, the 27th overall pick in the NBA draft, guys, a multi-talented, confident forward with impressive skill and potential.
Outside, Green. Inside, here's Clemens. No good on the shot. And the Lakers going the other way now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Caruso. Sweet little floater.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Pass to Rivers. Now here's McLemore outside, and he's good on the 3-ball. McLemore's got his first 3 points of the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Here's Caruso. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Waiters outside, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Ben McLemore.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Good on the second free throw. 1:49 left here in the third quarter. Clemens, covered by Morris. Off target at the rim. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Caruso kicks to Smith. Waiters passes to Kuzma. And the Lakers with another miss.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
It's stolen by Carroll. Passes it to Clemens. Harden against Waiters. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Dion Waiters.
Well, I tell you what, you just cannot help but be in awe of the offensive dominance James Harden has had over the last few years. I mean, he's done so much for this team and done it with both his scoring and playmaking.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Harden. And the Lakers with some changes. Caldwell Pope comes in for Dion Waiters. And James subbed in for Alex Caruso. Harden hits them both. And Los Angeles guys, shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. To the middle, here's Smith. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for Smith.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Harden outside. Fires for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Way to go, James.
Harden's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Rockets.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Here's Kuzma. Off target with that shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Rebounds and loose balls. We got to get them. We got to get them. Let's go. Let's go. Got to want a little bit more.
Greg, you can tell by his voice he wants his guys to give everything they've got right now.
No doubt, especially on the backboard. For them to secure this win, that needs to happen.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got DeMarre Carroll out there. He's out there with Ben McLemore. Harden out there with Green. And it's Clemens in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. That one falls.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
And here is Los Angeles now. Cook, the pass to McGee. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
One shot.
And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
In the corner, Harden. Here's McLemore, and the layup's good off the glass.
They've cashed in on a lot of second-chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Caldwell Pope with it. Now Green defending.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Harden outside. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on JaVale McGee. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
The free throw drops for Harden. Clark, for a couple of years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at that Jazz matchup, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge.
Take a break.
Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
That's good from J.R. Smith. MpalavsMikey's checked in for the Rockets. Smith hits them both. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles, season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple of years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We had been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
A sharpshooter with a quick trigger release, Caldwell Pope is known for being an efficient scorer.
There's the pass to MpalavsMikey. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Even when you get physical with MpalavsMikey, he stays with his shot. He's a crafty finisher.
Shooting 1-1.
Free throw, MpalavsMikey. Good. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic,
Wow.
because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
One shot.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Cook, the pass to Smith. And here is Morris. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
Pass to Clemens. Shot clock at 6. Back to MpalavsMikey. Feeds it to Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
Two shots.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here is Cook, 13 feet away. Here's McGee. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
That's where McGee butters his bread. I mean, battling for tough rebounds in the trenches, that's his area.
Caboclo, he's checked in for Jeff Green. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers.
One shot.
That's good from McGee. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Clemens, he's guarded by Dudley. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Stolen by Dudley. Smith kicks to Dudley. Pass to McGee. Here's Smith over McLemore. And it's Smith missing. Out to the right wing. Takes a three. McLemore, no good. And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. Here's Smith. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11. For Houston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Clemens. Makes it off the glass.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. McGee, the pass to Smith. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got 9 points here in the second half.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Clemens. It's deflected. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Smith with the ball. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Caldwell Pope's got 7 points here in this quarter.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's Clemens. Mbaamute dishes to Chandler. He kicks it to McLemore. Drains the three-pointer.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Caldwell Pope passes to Smith. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Again, the Lakers.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Clemens. That one wide left.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Pass to Mbaamute. The rebound by Cook.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Smith surveying the D. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Here's Clemens, and he gets it to go.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Here is McGee. The pass to Smith. Back to McGee. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Chandler. The Rockets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. They get it back. Pass to Clemens. And here's Mbaamute. From outside, off the mark. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul of the game, where in the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Houston making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for J.R. Smith. And he's good on the second. Houston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. From deep, McLemore sinks the triple. McLemore's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Rivers. Back to Cook. Good.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Houston's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Rivers looking over the floor. McGee with the block. And here's the break. Here's Caruso. Off target with his three. The Rockets shooting 41% for the game. Caboclo, the pass to Chandler. Dishes it to Rivers.
Chandler.
You know, at this point in his career, Austin Rivers has proven how deadly he can be as a weapon, Clark, off the bench.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I like the energy that Rivers comes in with. I mean, he pushes the tempo and looks for his shot as well. And I think he can play either guard spot effectively.
And the first one at the line is good. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. He hits one and misses one each at the line. The Lakers shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Passes to Dudley. Shot clock at 6. Lets the three fly. Drops in the tray. Dudley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Here's Cook. Got a hand on it. And it's Houston on the break. Here's McLemore. Here's Caboclo. That one drops for him. Caboclo's got his first basket of the night. And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. Kuzma outside. 1:30 left in the game. That shot misses.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Pass to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12, and it's sent back by Howard.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempts.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Chandler. Howard in the post, and good that time.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Chandler kicks to Mbamute. And there's the pass to McLemore. Over Caldwell Pope. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
My goodness, how about the degree of difficulty on that shot?
When you're hot, you're hot. And he is absolutely scorching.
Here is Cook. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.